President Trump claims he has some shocking news to share that has nothing to do with trade agreements. Many individuals have been speculating that this has something to do with cryptocurrency. Additionally, we will talk about New York City Mayor Eric Adams. He aspires for New York to become the global center of cryptocurrency. Additionally, I have some updates and videos from some of your favorite XRP influencers. This video is going to cover a lot of XRP news. Guys, please hit like if you find any value. That does aid in my development. We have nearly 100,000 subscribers. We recently reached 90K. With all of my heart, thank you. Being alongside you on this trip has been an amazing delight. Let's move forward and gain a greater understanding of what is going to occur. Allow me to play this President Trump tape. As I mentioned previously at our discussion with Canada's new and exceptionally skilled Prime Minister, we have some very important news to share. Trade isn't the issue. There is another matter at hand. However, it will be a genuinely revolutionary and beneficial development for this nation and its citizens. And someday in the coming days, that will happen. Thus, it is related to America. Well, Trump, America, Canada, and Mark Carney, Canada's new Prime Minister. A trade agreement is not required. Therefore, one begins to ask if this will be a new financial system that each nation will be a part of. I've noticed a lot of conjecture on the internet. Tell me what you believe Trump is trying to say below. I'm eager to know what you believe he's going to reveal to us and whether it will be devastating. Okay, so here you are. This is New York Mayor Adams essentially giving you what you want to hear. New York City is now the world's crypto capital, and let me go is still the same as it was on my first day as mayor. As you recall, I was an early supporter of cryptocurrency before any of my other mayors. Back in 2022, I was the first mayor of the United States to have my first 3 paychecks turned into cryptocurrency. All I can say is, who's laughing now after so many people made fun of me? Now who's laughing? That's nice. It's amazing to watch all of these states vying to become the global center of cryptocurrency, you know. I've seen Florida say quite similar things. Since New York is the world's largest financial center, it is obvious that it would be the crypto capital of the world. Therefore, choosing New York over Florida would make sense. However, I'm all for it as long as these states continue to advance their strategies for securely regulating cryptocurrency so that the general public may access these markets. It's wonderful to observe that there are a lot of developments in the cryptocurrency industry at the moment. So let me play this for you. Coach JV, Breaking Trump, just posted on True Social. This was recently shared by Trump on True Social. The next truth will be, Scott Bet was in Switzerland to negotiate the trade agreement with China. Coach Stevie wanted to offer a lot of really wonderful critical points, but I'm not sure what he was talking about. That seems like an excellent clip to play. Just to be clear, he mentioned that Trump was in Switzerland. That was not true. Alright, let me play this for you. The impact of Trump's tariffs on the entire market. Come on, let's play. Trump put his tariffs into effect. And you know what? Similar to how it is now, the market went crazy. In 2018, this was the tariff frenzy. As you can see, the market immediately recovered after saying, oh wait, maybe these tariffs aren't that significant. The market now sold back up as a result of other events that followed the tariff drama. But in the long run, if we just zoom out and consider how this is affecting things on a bigger scale, we can see that it was only a short-term incident. Alright, so here are some stuff. Indeed, markets will always rebound. Markets recovered even during the worst periods, such as the Great Depression. After the 2008 financial crisis, markets recovered. The pandemic markets returned in 2020. Indeed, when the situation resolves itself, whether it's inflation or other factors claiming that tariffs aren't having an impact on the market, they do return roaring. To give you some real statistics on what's going on at the moment, I found a couple things in there to be a little startling. The agreement. It appears like the US and China will enter into a trade agreement or tariff agreement of some kind. The 30% tariff on China will remain in place. That is still 30%, but it is down 100 to 115% from 145. Nowadays, China supplies 80% of all cell phones purchased in the US. Many items, including TVs, monitors, clothes, furniture, games, and toys, are imported from China. And it goes without saying that if you impose a 30% tariff on all of those items, a $1,000 item would cost $1,300. It is $2,600 if it is $2,000. Money in the healthcare industry moves like molasses, slow, costly, and mired in bureaucratic red tape. Wellistics, however, just stated enough. They are creating a full-fledged payment system powered by XRP and dropping a $50 million hammer. Smart rebates, XRP-backed liquidity lines for ease, and real-time vendor payouts. Fintech buzz isn't the only thing. In a system that still relies on fax machines, that is a revolution. Imagine that every money is recorded in real time on the XRP ledger and that medications are sent from the manufacturer to the pharmacy without bank delays or bloated middlemen. It's execution, not theory, that they're building. Cross-border payments are no longer the exclusive use for XRP. It's turning into the framework for a healthcare system that is quicker, cleaner, and more fluid. Willistics is now years ahead of all the pharmaceutical dinosaurs still playing the AC game thanks to this action. It's okay. This is fantastic, in my opinion. Excellent promotion. I believe that if other businesses are seeing what Wellington is doing, this kind of thing might go viral. Well, they might do the same. Additionally, this business is smaller than some of the conglomerates, you know. However, it goes without saying that the larger males shouldn't have any issues if these little guys can accomplish this. Then, the Qatar Central Bank just announced a significant project that has the potential to generate billions of XRP. This clip should be played. You should be aware of Qatar's most recent action if you're interested in cryptocurrency. The Qatar Financial Center, in collaboration with the Qatar Central Bank, showcased its revolutionary digital assets lab last week. This sandbox isn't like others. It is bolder and larger. Increasing distributed ledger technology innovation and development is the aim. It also provides regulatory assistance and a route to a QAR license. The lab includes a $50 million digital assets venture studio which was announced by the Hashgraph Association in May. They are delving into real estate, carbon credits, Islamic bonds, equity tokenization, and loyalty schemes. Qatar has joined Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates as a hot area for tokenization. With 30% of deposits coming from overseas, its banking industry is globally diversified. Not just startups can use the lab. Partier, Polygon, Settlement, Taurus, and Citiback findings are among the heavyweights included. There is a lot of weird stuff going on with XRP and the potential to use these kinds of financial assets in these large economies, so stay tuned for more developments. Then this is a little dubious. Excuse me while I disclose or erase the coin market cap. Coin market capitalization eliminates South Korean exchanges, causing the market capitalization of Ripple to plummet by 20 billion in a single day. The date of this was January 9, 2018. Since CoinDesk is posting positive things and, I assume, the coin market cap at this time and Cointelegraph moved backwards on it, I believe he was simply making a comeback to this digital asset investor. Guys, we'll just have to wait and see where all of this ends up. I believe that a lot of truly amazing things are taking place at the moment. Naturally, several of these trade agreements still require negotiation and finalization. But if you want to stay up to current on the latest developments regarding trade agreements, tariffs, and the economy, check out my economic updates. These can provide you with a very clear picture of what will occur in 3 or 6 months. In order to properly explain this to viewers of my live streams, I invest a lot of time in learning about it. They take place at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time on Tuesdays and Fridays. I will see you later. Goodbye.